Hello there, welcome again. Glad to see Tim's here, because then if I mess up the display, he can send me a message and I can fix it. But yeah, welcome to some live coding. Last week I tried to finish up all the front-end stuff. Today I'm also trying to finish up all the front-end stuff. Maybe we'll get there today, we shall see. Last time, let's have a look. So last time I did some lovely styling. The lovely is relative here, but at least it's better laid out. There's some little icons for selecting things, for ticking things. You can see all the text. I did the upcoming episode page. Also, the current page is highlighted. It's not a link. Switch to topics. Tiny bit of styling, not all of it in there. But it kind of works. And I didn't do the cast page, which I'm going to do today. And also the cast page is lacking some actions. So you can't promote people from participants to hosts. You can't add hosts. You can't add participants. You can't remove people. So I might do all of that as well. And I think I'm missing the API endpoints for these as well. So we might need to add those in. So a little bit of Haskell. But hopefully mostly pure script, bit of CSS. That's the plan. So, what have we got? So the code here where we're rendering it, we have an H1 which is cast, and H2 which is hosts, and then we render a list of hosts, and then H2 which is participants, and we render the list of participants, and that is just a UL. Yeah, down here you can see it's just a UL. So I want to stick some actions onto these list items so we can delete them. But first of all, it's a little bit of styling on the H1 and H2, which I can't remember what I did. Let's have a quick look here. When I was rendering, let's go back up a bit here. I had these classes. I don't want to just copy these classes out each time, so what I might do is add a helper for them. So we had a file called Tailwind. Oops. I might rename this actually, because I want to more than just Tailwind. But I did put H2 into there. No, that was just styling for H2. Maybe that's the way to go actually. Maybe I'll just put the styling in here. So H1 will be an array of string, and H1 will be equal to, I'll just go and grab that list of styles. Oh, that's not what we grab. We grab this and pop it in there. So here, whoops, what was that upset about? Oh, it's not exported. So here we could change this to be table classes tw.h1, and then in cast I can change this to be tw.classes tw.h1, and these two actually we can change to be tw.classes tw.h2. Well, that's right. Hopefully it'll rebuild. Under module tw, you can probably fix that. Okay, looks a bit happier. So if I flip back to here and reload the page, okay, starting to get there, a little bit of styling. The UL, I think I'll just leave as it is. It's probably fine. So we'll start adding some actions onto these things. So for everybody in the list of hosts, how did I do this before? I put something at the end, didn't I, actually? So I rendered, that's the current host, participants will be a list. Okay, so I rendered an li, and in there I put the text, which is the participant name, and then I put an icon. So how does this work? If I print there and save it, reformat it, okay, cool. So li is still unstyled, but in here, I pop that, oops, we got comma. And just outdent that a little bit. Okay, I need to pull in HE for the on-click. Intelligent HTML element, sorry. And then this won't be rotate, it's going to be trash. Is that one I used before? Or is there a thing I could delete? That's the X mark, square check. Oh, clear topic was X mark. Maybe I'll do that. So X mark. Don't know what that looks like. And we can't replace participant. That's the wrong thing anyway. But we'll write an action called delete participant. I need to go and create. So my actions will be initialize or delete participant. Okay, let's look at one error somewhere. It's not called P, it's called X. And this is not, oh gosh, right. I need to pass an action into this as well, because I used the same render list twice. Oh, it's going to be a whole bunch of actions, actually. Do I want, for now, I'll just leave it as that. I'll come back to it in a second. I just want to see if it's styled properly. So actions, delete participant, and that takes the name of the participant, which is a string. We're also going to have delete host, which is also a string. Let's look at one error. Down here, I don't handle those properly. So if we have delete participant and the name of the participant, what we're going to do is we will say we're not going to call get, we're going to call delete. It'll be, what are we going to do? JSON, JSON is relevant, sorry. We're going to call delete of cast. And then the name of the participant, I think. Show P. Is that going to work? It's already a string, so we could just add it on, I think. Trying to remember what language I'm doing. Okay, so we'll call delete on that. If there's an error, we'll just log as an error. If there was not, I might just call initialize. We just load it again. It's inefficient, but it's quick to implement. Okay, and then we want the same thing for delete host, basically. Ooh, someone can, a cast member is either a host or participant. They can't be both. So we're not actually deleting them from participant list or deleting from host list, we're actually deleting the person. So we could just rename this actually be delete. And then this will work for both hosts and participants, probably, if you can make it work. Where are we calling it? Down here, we're calling delete participant to make this delete. And I just removed them from either list. Okay, did that work? We've got these little X's. Just inspect for a second, bring this up, look in the console. Ooh. Just stop logging quite so much. Oh no, it's not. It's logging nonsense from loading font awesome. But if I click Freddy, it'll say deleting this, there was an error. And if I look in network, it's probably quite small on people's screens, but I should be able to see that this gave me back, 405 method not allowed. Okay, so I currently don't have an endpoint for deletion. So let's make that work. Let's go back to the API. We have got handle cast. Is this right? This is the cast API. It's the right one. Okay, so in the routes, we have got get cast, and we also want delete cast member, which has got this funny mode thing. One day I'll work out what that means. Be a delete. Notionally take JSON, but actually it doesn't take anything. And it's going to take some text, I think. So delete, we can add to the list of imports, and text, we can just import from data.text. And it's not a new type anymore because it has more than one member, so it's not become a data. Okay, and now we haven't defined how to handle that. So we will say delete cast member is equal to, smooth it out, is helper, so delete cast member. Let's grab this because I want the signature. Let's go to there. Oops. This will be, I removed the wrong word there, that was annoying. Delete cast member. Handle delete cast member, that's what I call it. Okay, and it's going to take, over here, it's going to take text and then run something and return void. I've messed up a bit, so hang on a second. I've said it returns text, but actually we're not going to return anything. And it's going to be, we're going to capture something here. So is that literally the word capture? I can't remember. I've written this for a bit. So let's look at another API. Topics example. Yeah, it's capture topic. Oh, apparently it's a string, not a text. So capture, we'll capture name, I guess, which is a string. And then that, I think. And we'll import capture. Okay, so now this is going to go from string to that. Okay, and now this is wrong. It's doing the wrong thing basically. So what have we got in storage? We can load stuff, that's great. We can add, we can remove a host, and we can remove participant. Okay, and we can't remove someone from either host or participant. What does this s.remove actually do? Some file storage, remove equals remove. It calls remove file from the host file. Okay, so we need to know which one it's in. Okay, so my attempt to smash it all into one endpoint is a little bit awkward. Okay, so I'm going to change this to be delete host and then delete participant. Let's rename that. So delete host and handle delete host. Handle delete host. Same thing, but we should be able to call storage dot remove host and takes a string and does some stuff. Remove host, it's got some name in here. This is return. It returns the correct type. So we're not going to assign that to anything because that's actually void. Get rid of that. Get rid of do and add to reduce it. Okay, so to delete a host, we just call the underlying storage. I'm guessing it's going to be similar. So delete participant. It's going to be storage.remove participant. And then, maybe something more. Up here, somewhere, here, as well as delete host, we can add in delete participant. And here we can, change this to be participant as well. Okay, if I go and find the API and restart it, we should now have those endpoints. However, in our action down here, we can't have delete anymore. We're going to have delete host. I didn't give them unique names, unique endpoints here. So it just says capture name, but actually it should be cast/host, and then that, I think, and then this should be cast participant. Restart the API again. Okay, running. So back to pure script. So delete host, we're going to call /cast/host/ that name. And for participant, going to be very similar. Participant, which is going to be here, participant. Okay, and then we go back to actions at the top of the file. It's going to become delete host and delete participants. And then finally, when rendering the list, I'm actually going to just copy this and we'll have separate ones for hosts and participants, because I think the differences will start to creep in a second, where hosts will have a different set of actions. So this will be render host list, and this will be render participant list. Type in participant URL. Let's go check that. Participant. Cool. Did I type it here as well? No, I got it right there. Good job you're here, Tim. It just saves me lots of time. Okay. This action is going to be delete host. This is going to be delete participant. And up here is going to be render host list, and this will be render participant list. Okay, reload. Bring up the inspector. Clear the console. Let's delete Freddy. Okay, cool, that looks like it worked. Let's reload the list. Freddy is indeed gone, and let's get rid of Hetty. That seemed to work as well. Yeah, Hetty's gone. Okay, so deletion's easy. We'll add a couple of boxes for adding people as hosts or participants, and then look at promotion and demotion, I guess, between participant and host. Okay, text box. Let me just grab that out of topics. So basically this code that I want. And we'll have one for new host and one for new participant as well. So, oops. Render new host. Does it need the state? It does need the state because we need this silly updating thing. Okay, so what do? We display a div, it's fine. We display submit for, well, a submit handler, submit event, and that'll be create host. This is going to be add a host. You don't really create them, you add them to the cast. And then here, this is not going to be state new topic, it's going to be state new host, which is going to be nothing, I guess, initially. And set new host. So after we render the host list, we're going to render new host. And it needs to state. We have a bunch of errors and we need to add some actions. So, and some stuff to state. So there was something like set host, which takes a string. Add host, I think, should be the thing we call. What did I call it? I call it create host. Add host. Oh, we don't have properties yet. Import that. So halogen HTML properties is what I want. From maybe, need to import from maybe. Set new host. I got the action name wrong. I called it set host. Oh, sorry, that doesn't, I can't say string like that, I'd say string like that. Okay, and then add host. Oh, it takes an event, not nothing, I guess. Just quickly that. So this action, yeah, it's just an event. Okay, and then we need new host, which is a maybe string. Unknown type event. Let's import that. Web event. That's probably right. Okay, new host, which is maybe a string. I should maybe have more of these. What have we got now? So initial state. Host is empty, participants is empty. I'll stick it in the middle, so we have new host. And that's going to be nothing. On our left. Okay, handle action does not cover these things. Right. So, set new host, some value h, and then what we need to do is just h.modify and take the current state, and we will update it where new host is equal to just h. Don't know what happened there. Why did we scroll? Okay, that's set new host, and then it was add host, It takes an event, which I'm just going to set to undefined for a second, even though it doesn't exist. Okay. So when we go to add host, what we want to do is copy out of topics, because there's a couple of things. We want to stop it bubbling up, which is that. Then we get the state. And we get the state. Okay, and this is just in line, adding it on rather than reloading it. I guess that's cool. There's no point in doing the round trip. We don't need to. So we'll stop it bubbling up. We get the state. We're going to get the host. I'm just wondering if this is right. So if there's nothing in the host, we set to an empty string, and then we send it to the back end. We probably shouldn't do that. But it's probably good enough for now. Okay, we're going to post to /cast/hosts. It's annoying. I'm going to pluralize them all. I'll pluralize them when I get to the back end. So it's going to be hosts. It's going to be participants. Fix that. Okay, so we're going to post to cast hosts, and then we JSON encode state.newHost. Should be right. And then we modify where we're going to clear new host, and then we're going to update the hosts to be okay, we're going to take the hosts and we're going to add the new host onto the end, basically, of that array. Need to import event. We need to import ARXB. Will it get that right for me? Let's see. This is request body. That is correct. Let's import JSON. Wow, and array. Very important. Okay, but essentially that should do the thing. So it should make a post to cast hosts with the name of the new host. Okay, back to the API. So first of all, I'm going to call this hosts, this participants, quickly before I forget. We're going to have a new thing, which is add host. And we're going to here, this is going to go hosts. So we're already in cast, we'll say hosts, and it's going to be host JSON, and we're not going to turn anything. I don't think. Okay. So we'll keep the host stuff together. We'll say add host. And we'll add host. And then I'm going to create this, but I'm also going to copy it a little bit. So we need some storage because we're going to store a thing. We need mod.io because our storage runs under IO. And we're going to return nothing. But actually we want to read the stuff out of the post request. I can't remember how I did it, so I look at the API for topics. HS and topics. Here, oh, we capture request body. Right, I see what's going on here. So we capture request body, JSON encoded string. And then it just becomes a string argument to post body, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay. So all the way back up here, when we add a host, we capture request body, hit import from servant, and that's as a string, so there'll be a string here, so there will also be a string here. Does it tell me that? Just out of curiosity, is that what it's saying? No, it's saying it lacks the company binding, okay. Handle add host, it's going to be something like storage dot add host. And then here we say string to that, and it type checks. So if I restart the API, okay, it's running. So if I reload this page, we now have this thing to add a host. So we'll add Betty, Bob, and Fred, was it? I can't remember who it was. Let's add Fred. So it says it's added Fred here. If I reload the page, Fred is still there. Cool, so that worked. So we can add hosts. Now we need to add participants. So it's going to be the same thing again, basically. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Grab that, copy it, paste it. So here we're going to say host, 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 host. Those are going to come participant. Oh, that did not do what I expected. Okay, that seems really clever. Set new participant. My multiple select just jumped a bit randomly. Participant. I'm going to call this P. And then add participant. Prevent default again, get the state back from maybe state.new participant. Call this participant. Okay, then we're going to post this to cast participants. Oops, we're going to grab new participant out of state, participant. Okay, and after we've done it, we're going to set the new participant to nothing. And participants, we're going to add it onto the end of the participants array. And we'll just break this over a couple of lines. Okay. And then we need to go and add these things in. So as well as set new participant, oops, and add, sorry, as well as set new host and add host, we're going to have set new participant and add participant. Participant. Okay. And then as well as this, we'll have a render new participant. Down here, render new host. We're going to grab that, and it's going to become render new participant. So this is going to be render new participant. And we'll do some stuff here. So new host is going to be participant. And add a participant here. So render new participant takes a state. On submit, we add participant. Text is add a participant. we get out state. When something's typed, we update the state, and then we just got a bit of styling. Okay, where's the error? Render new participant state. Type of expression lacks rendered label new participant. Ah, yes. Okay, so up here in the state, we're going to have new participant, which is maybe a string. And then the initialize, we need to set it to nothing. Participant is nothing. No errors, must be totally fine. Okay, bippy boppy hoppy and happy. So it looks like it worked. Load the page, it did not work. Okay, something's wrong with, oh, I haven't added the API for handling participants, that's why. Okay, so add participant equals handle add participant. Stick it up here as well. So add participant is participants. Otherwise the same. And handle add participant should be really easy. Participant, and it's storage to add participant. Okay, bit of copying and pasting should be good. Okay, so we'll add participant, we'll call them happy. Load the page, happy is there. Cool, delete it, they're gone. Try and add hoppy. Okay, interestingly, I'll add to the list, but if I reload, they are gone. So I could make that a bit better. It doesn't give you back an error, but we don't check for errors anyway. We should really return an error from the back end, I think, to say we didn't update it. Okay. Does add participant return anything? Add unless exists. It doesn't tell you whether or not it existed. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I'm not going to return an error. I'm just going to do this and say something like it's an array.unique. I wonder. It's a terrible practice, but array dot. No, there is not. In order to do unique, you need to know a bit more, wouldn't you? Here we could say if new hosts is equal to if array.elem. So if the way this works, I think, is if host is an element of state.host. I think that's the way around it is. It could be the other way around. Let's have a look. Oh, the type checker will work it out. If that is the case, then new hosts is equal to state.hosts. we won't add it, else is equal to array.snop state.hosts and then host. And here we say host is equal to new host. Let new hosts. Okay, type checker works. And then I don't want to do that. Let's grab that. So we're doing participants. In here, we're going to say new participants. And if participant is in state of participants, then it's unchanged. Otherwise, we add participants. We add our new participant onto the end of that. Oh, we should probably use it. New participants. Okay. Load the page. So if I try and add hoppy, nothing happens. And then I add hippie, hippie is added. And reload page, and hippie is in fact there. Slightly different order. I think that's okay. Okay, so I can add and remove participants. So let's look at, and hosts as well. So let's look at making participants hosts and demoting hosts to just be participants. I think, let me just have a look in storage, but I think we have a way of doing this. Ooh, I do not seem to have that. Do I have it in my commands? For cast. Good. Commands for cast. We can list stuff. No. We can add, remove, and list. Okay, so there's no way of adding or promoting someone at the moment, so we'll have to add that. Okay, let's start with the front end. I'm going to start with hosts. So we'll add another button, 2 buttons, and this will be demote host. And I need a symbol for this, and font awesome. Search. Some kind of down, which is called down. It's in pro. What have we got in non-pro? Down long. Is there a way to turn off pro? Seems a bit harsh given any turn living, but I just want a standard down, like a circle down. Let's go circle down. Circle dash down. Looks like it, yep. Circle dash down. Cool. Okay, I need to add demote host. So actions. Delete host, add host, demote host, and it takes a string. And then we need a handler for it down here somewhere. And it's going to be similar-ish to this. It's going to be more similar to adding. So we'll say demote host given some h. We don't need to prevent that. Do you know, actually it would have been better off copying delete. It's just I wanted this bit. So we are going to post, is that right? Not sure that's quite right, but anyway, we're going to post to casts host demote there. Actually, all of this stuff can go, I think. Not quite, because we're posting. So we don't care about the response. We're going to post there. And what we're going to post is just axrb.json, and it's going to be json.encode JSON, and h in this case is going to be our string. Okay, and then we're going to say, again from deletion, we'll look at response. So if there's an error, we'll say there's an error. Otherwise, we'll just we'll call it initialize again. Get to reload the page. The host name is H, not P. Okay, so if I go here and reload the page, see the motion things, and click it and nothing happens because there's no endpoint for it. So back to here, where are we? API for casts. So we got delete host, add host, demote host, and we're going to say hosts, and then demote, and then the request body has JSON, oops, and it's going to contain a string, and it's going to be post request, turning JSON, but also nothing. JSON encoded void. Okay, at host we also have demote host. Right, grab that type signature, grab this type signature, sorry. Demote host, take a string. Handle demote host given some h is equal to, and then just sequence the actions. So storage dot remove host, delete host, what was it called? Remove host of h. Don't really need to do here. And then storage dot add participant. Helping me here. Participant h. And this should be handle. Handle demote host. Okay, that type check, but I didn't restart the API. Okay, very blasé about saying the type checks it should work. Okay, let's demote Bob. It did not work. Inspect. Console. Clear this. Demote Bob. It's posting to cast hosts demote Bob. And it says method not allowed. Right. Okay, in my API, I need to take demote host and move it up a bit, because it looks like this was matching first. It's a post request to hosts, and then it's got too much in the request body. So you couldn't do that. I think that might be it. Don't need to reload this because they're named, so we should be okay. Let's try doing that. Just clear this out and then demote Bob. And it still says method not allowed. 4 or 5 method not allowed when I'm posting to cast hosts demote Bob. So demote host is a post request to hosts cast, where this whole thing is mounted, and then hosts demote. Now, maybe I'll just drop the word hosts out to stop a clash. So we'll go to demote Bob. You can put it back in there, I think. So cast, demote, and then the name. Restart that. Okay, oops, don't print it, just reload it. But before we reload it, what am I doing? Let's go into here, and we're going to post to cast demote and then the name. Clear out, reload, clear that. Okay, so I'm going to try and demote Bob. And now it's posting to cast demote Bob, and I'm getting method not allowed still. Right. So when we went to add, we did a post to, oh, that's why, sorry, the name is not joined on here. Okay, I could probably move it back to its original URL, but cast demote is good enough for me. See if it works actually, I'm just assuming it's fine. But there we go, we've managed to demote Bob. So now we can look at promotion. So in here, as well as delete participant, just go and grab this code. We can also promote a participant. This should be a circle app, I'm guessing. Oops, promote participant. Call them X. So now we'll go and add this to the actions. Participant, and it's a string. And then I'm just going to copy my definition of demote host and drop it in here as promote participant. We'll take a P rather than an H, and we will post to cast/promote, and we will JSON encode P. And that should be it for front end. Okay, they've all got little arrows to promote them. And now if I go back to the API, almost there. Promote participant. That would be promote. Did I change that in the URL here? Yes, cast promote. Okay, and then down here, promote participant is handle promote participant. I'm just going to copy the definition of this because it's going to be very similar, but kind of just swap around. Handle promote participant. So we're going to remove participant. I'll call it P. Going to remove participant. Is participant P, and then we're going to add host P. That should be it. So let's promote Hippie. Hippie is now a host. Load the page. Hippie is still a host. Cool. Hoppy. And then we can move Hoppy down again. Excellent. Okay, cool. Writing Haskell is obviously very easy. This isn't highlighted. I need to look at that. That isn't highlighted. That's not highlighted. Something broke in my router. It's annoying. I'm sure that was highlighted before. I don't know what I've done to it, but I'm not going to fix it. It's good enough for me. So we have a front end now. It's not amazeballs, but it kind of works. I'll just fix the styling on topic. So we have an H1 somewhere, presumably. H1, and then we're going to say tailwinds.classes tailwind.h1. There you go, much better. Okay. And create new topics. I can delete topics. I can create cast members. I can promote and demote them, and I can delete them. In the upcoming episode, I can change, I can replace people. So I can replace the host or the participant. I can pick a topic or type an arbitrary one. So I go testing is stupid, get rid of that. Cool, so the front end pretty much works. I'm not going to win any awards for styling, but that's fine. I can live with that. So I'll call it a day. Next time, it means I can go back to the Haskell. And what I think I want to do, two options. One thing I can do is look at replacing the storage layer with a database. So we already have this abstraction for storage, which lets me do an in-memory store for the tests and an on-file system store for the real running code. I might replace it with Postgres as well. I should be able to write a Postgres storage layer and swap it out. That's one option. The other option is to look at Advent of Code, because that would have started by then. It starts tomorrow. I'll see. I don't know yet. I might look at Advent of Code to see if it's interesting enough. But I am kind of curious about swapping out the back end in swapping the back end to use something like Postgres. We'll see. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching along. Yep, indeed, yay, pure script. I've been quite enjoying pure script. I'm not sure it's very good, but it works. It's good. Like, I'm not sure my coding is very good, not that the language is good. I like the language. Cool, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, hopefully. Goodbye.